To the radio when you turn that motherfucker up like that's my shit. Song come on and you run to the radio and you turn that motherfucker up like that shit. And it took my whole life. Applied to theirs. Said prayers many nights for those who died through the years. Summertime with dirt bikes where they was riding gears. I just did the work right and I got fly with the gear. Shit. McQueen jacket off the dooryard. You know, my leather so soft with your boy hard. I had these bitches screaming Jesus like she saw God. We come to buy a bottle, bitch. Fuck with you. Whips in the front, me in back of the club. Niggas wanna front, get you clapped in the club. Boy, this ain't what you want, I get you wrapped in a rug. They gave my man 100 months and he just laughed at the judge. Shit, Wallahi, drop cash on the Mozzie. Gave my calendar receipt, then a pump in front of her, just like all the wealth, these niggas get slaughtered up. So crack in the buildings that's vacant and boarded up. So, how you gonna scare monster? Wanna be kings, but they scared to conquer. The walk about the wall, but they prepared for Contra. Bitch want it back, well, baby, what's your sponsor?
Yeah, more fun when I was broke. Ever since I got the dome on the ghost, like I ain't got no time for these niggas no more. And I ain't got time for them bitches no more. You know, it's like the realest shit ever wrote. It's like a song on the radio. It's like a song on the radio. It go, boom, la la la. I'll see you racing, I gotta be a kid. Boom, la la la. I'll see you racing, my family good. These girls be so that I might not be ready. I don't know. I'd rather fuck with a bad bitch, cause her mind is so steady. So here we go.
You can sound like the music now.
That's right. It's your boy iZM in the building, DJ iZM Marv. I'm in the building. We got a special guest today on hand. And yes, bitch. We're in the building. No songs, much respect, dude. Thank you for making it good today here on this glorious day that I was born on. Shouts out to me for my birthday. So what's up? How you feeling today? How was your journey today? Already? Good day. You know, first weekend in the summer. You got any hot plans for the summer coming up?
Well, I'm really trying to take a trip to Miami.
To Miami?
Yeah.
Okay. What's happening down there in Miami?
Probably going to that the Summer Fest concert down there.
Okay.
Probably the first week of September.
First week of September?
Yeah, kind of like heading off towards the fall.
Okay. You performing down there, or you just going down there to just check out what's going on?
I'm just going down there
Get some sauce.
Yeah, get some sauce, look at some idols.
Yeah, you know, people don't realize how important that is to growth and development. Just seeing something different, seeing people doing something a little different than themselves. So, yeah, and it's always, you said Miami, right?
Yup.
Yeah, that's what Melania was talking. Milan was talking about. She was Trump's wife. Milan Cooper, who was on here last week, was talking about somewhere she performed down there that was late. So I'm guessing, you know, maybe I need to make my way on down there. See what's
been down there.
You been down there before?
No, not yet, but I've been seeing videos and everything. Everybody going down there.
My dude, Lawan. You know Lawan Films.
Lawan Films. I recorded his studio.
Oh, yeah?
Studio part, yeah.
Well, that's what's up. Shouts out to Lawan, definitely. Me, I finally got somebody on there that was in the studio. You know, I've been talking to him back and forth. He's supposed to come on here a couple times, but you know, that man busy. So, you know, whenever he wasn't to bless us with his presence, he got a spot here, definitely. But yeah, so you holding it down here. You Cleveland resident, right?
Yeah, Cleveland resident all the way.
Shout out your hood, you know, you can shout out people, you know, I know you got lives and followers and stuff.
I was born and raised down the way in Longwood. I was born down there and raised down there. Then like I started like going to the west side more. I graduated from John Marshall.
Okay. Yeah. John Marshall. I sent the kid down to John Marshall. My sister's kids I raised. Yeah, that's a pretty good. They rebuild it.
Yeah, they did rebuild it. It's nice.
Yeah, it's real nice. You ain't get a chance to go there, did you?
I did. I'm glad I'm out of there.
You did go there?
Yup.
So you gotta be fairly young.
Yup, 19.
Oh, okay.
Yup.
All right. Do the pepper off. That's what's up. All right. So we got graduates out here. So don't try to say they ain't making it out here. They graduating. Big shot. That's real good. I know they're on the third time. So everyone just give them one for that. Definitely. So how long you been doing music?
I first started rapping when I was 6 years old, but I just started getting like the recording process and actually releasing things and putting things out since last year in February. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm checking that out. So, you remember your first rap?
First rap that I ever did?
Yeah.
Well, I started off rapping on my ongoing voicemail on the Android phones back then. Yeah, I had a little rap song on the voicemail.
Man, y'all had all the cool stuff in your childhood. We had cool stuff. I had Super Nintendo. But I ain't have a phone to rap on.
Yeah, I had a little Android phone. And the first song that I actually tried to put out was on SoundCloud, and I recorded it off of my phone. I was like, I'll say I was about 8 years old at the time.
Oh, okay. Is it still out there on SoundCloud?
Yeah.
What's the name of the track?
It's under Dream Chaser for L, and then I think the track it's just called Freestyle.
Oh, okay. I might have to go dig around and find that, or you share it so it make it easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be interesting there. So like, you said she was rapping since you were 6, so that means like, I'm guessing at that point, you had like a proof of like, it was like, I don't got homework no more, like songs.
Yeah. It was, and then the studio I go to Lawan, like his partnership with Easy Glow, he mixed my music for me. So like, when I be in the studio sometimes, like he used to like actually help me, like with what sound good, what sound right, still getting myself together. So now like, since it's been like a year since I've been recording with him, I advanced and all that. So
yeah, growth, development. Yeah. It's a dexterity that people don't realize that artists have to go through to get to that point where they're comfortable without second guessing themselves. And me turning 35 today, I've been doing music since right around your age. I started recording 19. I think I did my first song. It started to like, I look back at my discography and like, the opportunity that the generation you come from now has so much of a better chance because you have all these DIY artists that sacrifice things like not making it just to go through learning to be able to say don't do that. Because some of us that some people can give you the best advice and you're like, why you ain't making it? Because I'm old. I want to see my old ass running around, wearing my hairy deodorant, trying to get you current. Like, some people do, but the thing about it, I'm not going to batter people who are of age or, feel like they're too old. Because the one thing about music is you do have to know how to change with it.
Yeah, how to reach all generations.
Right. You can change, really. Even if not, you just got to learn how to stick in your lane and make your lane more big. Like, your targeted crowd,
Yeah.
When you go to, you ever promoted something on Facebook or Instagram, it asks you what audience do you want to serve. You know what I mean? That doesn't matter because, you want to have the right people. Some people get offended, like, man, you never know. Y'all generation, you never find nothing. But mine, you got to hide a couple people, take them off of certain things because you don't want them to see everything. So, yeah, I'm guessing your family played an important role in what you did already.
Yeah, they really did. My mom, she motivated me a lot. She's like one of my number one fans on my team. I just started letting her too listen to my music because I used to be scared. Back in the day, I was young, all the language and the music. But now that I got older, I'm finally just now letting her, hear that side of me. And she already knew I could rap, but I just didn't show her the more talented side of me. Actually going to the studio, doing it the professional way, the business way, releasing on platforms. So
knowing that you took it serious.
Yeah, I took it serious this year.
Yeah, like, you know, I have to take that crossroad. Because sometimes we get in the middle of the road and shit. Go left, get out the road, or speed up in the lane, you know, with music. You know, what brought me to this point was, you know, I realized, like, this is what I do best, this is what I do the most. I might as well figure out a way to make it the best thing I can. You know, and some people, you know, I have family members my whole life telling me to couple it up with something else. Like, go do something else and then match that up and do that as a hobby type junk or whatever. But like, you know, once you get, you know, up in age and you've been doing it, like you said, you're growing, you're gonna grow to a point where no matter what, you're gonna be a value of something if you keep in that same lane learning. Somebody, you know, you'll be my age and somebody be 19 and you'll be, you know, teaching them, telling them everything, you know what I'm saying, that you learned now. You know what I'm saying? Later on in life, you know, and that's the craziest part about it is that the torch, you know, in the Olympics, like, here. You know, how they go in that one sometimes take off faster than that one that just gave it to them. It'd be crazy. You're right.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. Men sharpen men, like steel sharpen steel. And you know what? Like, we need a lot more of that here in this 26 for real.
I've been trying to expand my knowledge more too, so I attended Ohio Media School to be a DJ.
Oh yeah?
This year. Yup. I'm attending here right now.
Oh snaps! I'm real happy to hear that one.
Yeah.
You know, my boss, that's what she went. You know, she you know, she would definitely like, you know all the people, staff, and you know, all that stuff, and that's definitely a big step in where you're going with that. You know, I didn't realize now.
Thank you.
I'm on your ass.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So are you like from a musical family, or you just that one?
I'm from a musical family. My dad, he started it all. My dad is 70. He was born in 51 or 52. So he go all the way back. He be playing. When I was a kid growing up, I heard music from the 50s all the way to here. So like to this day, like to this new era. So basically, that's what makes me like a versatile rapper, because I can sing it, I can go old school, and I can switch it up and go new school. So actually, he gave me the knowledge. So I already had the talent. He gave me the knowledge because my dad too used to be a DJ back in the day. Yeah.
My mom used to be a piano player and the lead singer in the church and the maestro. My dad was a DJ in the club and a break dancer. So it kind of comes down to, like, it just don't make sense. If I was a fireman or, you know, some kind of janitor, nah, man. It doesn't make sense, man. You know what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, do you got like a favorite song? Like, do your father, your parents, like, with that being said, like me personally, like, I remember one of my favorite tracks from growing up that I used to hear my mom playing, like Mary Jane, like Rick James, what else? Ron Isley, the Isley Brothers, you know, Living for the Love. Like, I hear these songs and just, you know, at this point in my age, I recognize how great those songs. They were great then, but now it's like, yeah, this is make my day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got a song like that? One of your parents introduced you to?
My dad, Teddy Pendergrass.
Teddy Pendergrass.
Love TKO.
Love TKO. There
Y'all.
you go.
And then what's the other one called? When Somebody Loves You Back.
When Somebody Loves You
Yeah.
Back.
I like that one too. And then my mom, what makes it different about her, she was born in a different era.
Okay.
She was born in 72. So when she was older, like, the rap industry had just popped off in the 70s or the 80s. Yeah, so I kind of got that. I got a little knowledge from that too. So with my mom, I'll probably say like some Biggie Smalls and Tupac heads. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So you definitely got a good blend there, right?
Yeah, it's a good blend.
Especially with your mom being the thugger.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of my mom's cool and she be playing Babyface, TLC, you know, all that little stuff. So that was my little era. So yeah, that's definitely a good thing that you come from a back. So do you think that you have any music that will come from those backgrounds?
Yeah, I think, because right now we're coming out. So, and I've been thinking about remixing Biggie Smalls. What's the one song called? You wanna know you?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Juicy.
Juicy.
Yeah, I'm thinking about remixing that and putting a spin on the beat though. Yup, so something like that.
It was all the dream, that one.
Yup, that one. Yeah, and just rap about basically what he rapped about in my life. How it started off and how it's going so far.
Okay. So what made you want to be a part of the industry?
Actually, what made me want to be a part of the industry is so first I started off with the normal average child dream of wanting to be a school teacher. Then I said I want to be a firefighter. And then I looked on the TV. I started seeing gold chains. I started seeing rappers. I started seeing big old money stacks and things like that.
Who was that first rapper that you seen that was just like, man?
I remember
dope.
I was watching Everybody Hates Chris. I seen Flavor Flav. I seen Flavor Flav. I seen the chains and everything. So then I started getting into it more because where I grew up at, that's all you heard outside during the summertime, just rap music. Yeah, so it was loud outside. Rap music always playing at every family reunion I went to. So then I kind of, when it comes to like my feelings and everything, like the way I express my feelings, I learned about myself. I can express them more when I started writing music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so basically I took my feelings and how I was feeling one day, and I just put it in a song, even though I was young. I just put it in a song, and then I went on SoundCloud, I recorded it, and then ever since then, I just been rapping and constantly getting into it. My little sister, she used to rap with me. We used to have this little group with just me and her, and then we was kids. And now that she older, she not into rapping at all, even though we used to play like that. But I actually took it serious.
Right.
So yeah, I stuck with it and everything, and that's just where it came from.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. Definitely. And so how can you take me through like your creative process? Like everybody got their own process for it. So like, you know, has your process of creativity changed like from when you was writing music as a kid to now? Like, you know.
Yeah, it really changed because basically when I was a kid, I was making my own music, but I was more into taking what somebody did and just remixing it. And yeah, so right now what I do is I actually write my music out in the right format. Chorus, the bridge, or the bridge, and the chorus. I do it that way. And then now I'm more like into doing my own thing. So I used to get beats off of YouTube all the time. But I found out my cousin write beats. So I've been having my cousin do my beats for me. And I've been writing more of what I feel like, more of my own. I stopped looking at, like when I got older, I stopped looking at what the world was doing. And I learned that I gotta like chase my dreams myself. Like, and I gotta put myself in my own position to win. Cause I used to come out feeling like I was Polo G, Broadway, but I had to realize I'm Yas. I got my own style, and
that's when it happened.
Yeah, that's when it happened.
That's when special stuff started happening.
Yeah, so
you start trying to be somebody else.
Yeah.
Your own version of somebody else, and that happens a lot in the music industry. You know, I'm a producer too. And it's a particular artist that every time somebody came out with a new hot song, he showed up, wanting to do a song just like it. It's gonna be the next big hit, Marv. Hey, that just sounded like you don't know what I'm saying. But still, like, you know, like every trip, and I'm like, you know, it's not about trying to. That song is out there. Nobody they like that song because it was different then. Now you want to be a mimic. That ain't gonna work, you know. But yeah, that's definitely the way to go. Like once you start tapping into your own energy and the beats do make a big difference because the beat when they composed it, most of those people felt how they felt when they made that beat. So you usually gotta try to like interpret how they felt. That's why I start making my own beats because like it started to like be a complete expression of how I felt instead of me. This song crying, I'm gonna cry for it. Like how Jay-Z said, I gotta make this song cry. Like, you know, like he could hear this beat saying it, but he had to write the lyrics out like that. And you know, we all can visit that place, but you might have an emotion that some people can't even understand. And you know what it is because if you listen to all these different genres of music, it's crazy. But this is what people say. It's bad. Ain't no such thing as bad music. There's just a time and place for everything. You know, everything. And some things might not be that noble. You might be like, this is stupid. But I bet Gucci Man had a song called Stupid. I thought it was stupid. I'm like, stupid. Then next thing you know, a couple weeks later, I'm like, you stupid. Everybody's stupid. Get out stupid. You know what I mean? Which is funny to me. So, like, you know, I'm one of the people that if I hate a song, I will love it in 2 weeks. I will love it for the rest of my life.
Sometimes you gotta be in the mood to listen to certain stuff too. Like some days I'll be in the mood to listen to slow jams, and some days I'm back to the rap music.
Yeah, me too. And then sometimes all in one. Then I just sit there and sat looking at my echo. I don't know what I want to actually play. I don't know how I feel right now. You know, sing happy birthday. But yeah, so have you ever played any instrument?
Y'all, back in high school, I was in drumline.
Oh yeah.
I used to play the drums. Y'all, I used to play back in the day, really back in the day, I played the harmonica. Yeah.
I got a harmonica set. I should have brought my shit in.
Yeah, I probably forgot.
I got all the notes and everything for each harmonica set.
Yeah, I used to play, and I had a guitar growing up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had a guitar, but it didn't go too good for me. I was just on there. Every time I got bored, just ding, 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 ding.
I play bass and I play regular guitar. I play lead guitar. That's why I talk a ton on now.
Yeah.
I still give lessons. I still do. I play all that stuff. You know.
My cousin, he tried to teach me how to play the piano at one point too. So I know how to hit a few of the keys on there. But I'm more into the drums though, because I had to actually play the drums to graduate high school. So yeah.
So you know I'm gonna hold you to all this, right?
Yeah.
Because you know I got a whole drum set.
Oh, you do? You got the snare drum?
I play everything to it.
Yeah. I know all the
Yeah, my house is a musical playground. Yeah, we did. We can go to my house. We can go to my house literally and like not bring no instruments and have a full blown jam session with all the instruments I do have already.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I got mics on it, and I got the recording studio, the performance studio, the rehearsal, I call it. So yeah, we jammed out in my house quite a few times. So if you ever want to rust up on your chops, I got like 6 pairs of drumsticks sitting up there.
I remember that too.
I even got some marching band ones up there. For you. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to march with drumline downtown. Last time I marched was on what was that? What day is that? Patrick's Day, St. Patrick's Day.
Just recently?
It was like St. Patrick's Day.
That was
2 years ago.
Oh, two. Okay.
When we had the parade.
Okay.
Right before COVID, a year before COVID came, we had a big old parade. Y'all, I think it was 2019. Well,
19.
2019 in March. Y'all.
That was last year's COVID. That COVID mess. But yeah, so who was your first musical teacher? Like,
My first musical teacher. I do not remember his name.
Do you remember how he was like? What was his advice? Any good advice from him?
Well, my first musical teacher was like when I used to go to Central School. My first music class was taken in like the first grade, but really he was more like a born music teacher, like a music dirt teacher. Okay. Like they just teach you like the history, like the history of instruments. Basically, I would say the music teacher that really like gave me good advice was the one coming out of high school who I was in drumline class with, because he actually, like, it wasn't all about drums. He actually sat down and talked to us about how to network and things like that. He even gave us like more opportunities. Like he took us to the city hall to actually perform too. So yeah, he gave us more opportunities, and he actually was looking out for us.
Showed y'all off.
Yeah, he showed us off.
That's what you're supposed to do if you're a good teacher, right?
Yeah.
Great music teachers will show off their choir, band, or any type of class they have. Right?
No, that's the truth.
Yeah, you seem like School of Hard Knocks, like, even this city ass is trying to show off those kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely important.
Yeah.
And what's the story behind your name?
Yas. Yeah. Well, actually, my first name is Yasmin, but growing up, everybody just called me Yas. And some people they just call me Jasmine, but I don't know where they used to get that from. I get it sounds familiar to each other, but I just prefer people to call me Yas. Yeah, and then I was noticed like everybody called me, and instead that's what people know me by, my parents, my friends, cousins, all that. So what I did was I just went ahead and I made it my artist name.
Okay.
Yeah. But sometimes I call myself Yas too solid to add a little something to it. So it's just because Yas to me it's cool, but I always been looking for something else because just Yas, it's like I got more character than that to myself.
Right.
So right now with the album I'm releasing, I'm coming out as Yas too solid.
Okay. All right. Any like messages about you that you want to get you got in your music that we should be paying attention to, or anything?
The message basically that I've been trying to give people with my music is to always chase your dreams. feelings no matter what. And sometimes everybody got their own story. But even though everybody got their own story, you know, some people they wake up feeling sad sometimes, angry at the world. But I teach myself how to not be selfish, because even though I could be having a bad day, there's somebody in the world probably all the way across the country feeling the same way I'm feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I put it in my music and stuff. I let people know it's okay to have certain feelings and everything. You know, it's okay to cry sometimes. It's okay to feel a certain way about certain things. But I want to get the moral out and the message out that no matter how hard life get and whatever life give you, no matter what, it's somebody in the world feeling the same way you feel. And to not give up.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. I need to hear that. Thank you. Appreciate that. And how do you describe your music so far?
Basically, I describe my music so far is I'm more into the rapping side, but I'm actually versatile too. I don't know how to sing, but I can vocalize or harmonize. Yeah, I can harmonize good. Yeah, so I switch it up.
Yeah, that bone put on the harmony.
Yeah, bone thing.
And a little bit of 3/6. And what is what's like your main inspiration? Just to switch up, echo there, or
like the more inspiration, like when it comes to like
what's your main inspiration right now?
Like to keep me motivated in the music.
Like what musician do you admire most and why? Like what inspires you? Like do you have a place that you come from? Like me, I was always big on like at this point club music, so always was like motivated by feeling good, going out, being, you know what I mean. So I would visit that place like so.
Yeah, so like basically right now, what motivates me the most and inspires me when it comes to my music is the way I grew up, the hard times, you know, that I've been through and everything. Sometimes, like, some people say, like, if you're going through things, you need to talk to me to counselor. But I actually switched it up. I made my music my counselor. So I put everything into my music. Yeah, it's therapeutic, the way I feel. So basically, the way I grew up really got a big impact on my music. And growing up in school, like, I was always like a C and D student. I was never like a straight A student and stuff. So I found something that I liked the most, and I stopped trying to be what everybody wanted to be. Because back then in school, they always made it feel like when you graduate, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer. Like they just forced that kind of stuff on you, and they send kids to college and give them a hard time. But I'm motivated though. I motivate people who go to college. Like that's a big step in life. That's a big accomplishment. But when something's not for you, you got to do what you want to do. You got to chase your dreams. Not always what somebody tell you to do could be for you. Because growing up, like, people always wanted me to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a judge. I had to actually, and I tried to go to college to be a nurse last year. I was only there for one day because I knew that wasn't the right way. I got to do what I want to do in life, and that's what makes you happier, too. You wake up feeling more, it's not work when you doing something that you love.
Purpose in life. Like, you know, I know exactly what you're saying. Like, my grandfather was a surgeon, a doctor from Haiti.
Wow.
And like the pressure from that he put on my father was trying to put it on me, but he did what he wanted to. And he was alright with it, you know, he was okay. So I'm like, shit, let me do me, you know.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right, you gotta you need to pursue, you all have the pursuit of happiness, right? The pursuit of happiness.
Yeah,
according to Will Smith. So you know, we can do that. So, what musicians do you admire? Like, you have any that you admire in that at the moment? Why?
Right now, my favorite musician out, favorite artist out right now is Rob Wade.
Oh yeah.
Wait, no, that's Roddy Ricch.
That's Roddy Ricch. Oh.
Yeah, Rob Wade.
I thought it was the same motherfucker. I knew it was Rod in there somewhere. Like, why they keep making the same names up from each other? Fuse ups?
Yeah, but Marv, he did Heart Lines.
That's
the song that went viral for him, Heart for Sale. Yeah, so he just came out with another album too, and basically I just been listening to him a lot because I finally found an artist, which is him, that I can actually relate to. Because, you know, a lot of artists, they rap about what they got and stuff like that. Like, that's cool and stuff, but I feel like Rod Wave is a more humble artist. And he actually show you the real, and he show you, like, even when you get money, you're going to still have problems. Because regardless of how much money you got, you know, the shows you do, you know, where you get to in life, life will always be life. It's will always come with something. And
Right.
Yeah, so I learned that too from him. So right now he is my favorite artist.
That's what's up. You got some ears to the street, like,
Yes.
like this 19-year-old talking to me.
Right.
Respect, you know. So how, what would you, did you have, well, you already gave us a message to your fans, but how would you describe your fans?
My fans actually right now, they still in the city of Cleveland right now. So actually my fans, like they've been my friends and stuff, supporters from day one. So basically I've been trying to network more, and get my stuff more out there. That's why I actually sent the video to the remembrance page, so I'm trying to get my stuff out more. And I actually went to Detroit 2 months ago to perform in the Detroit versus Cleveland show. So I got some people ears open up there, some people follow me on Instagram and things like that. But mostly of my supporters, I would say about 60% of them, they actually do their own thing too. And we just basically we all support each other.
I would love to meet these people because I don't really see so many people who support each other. If we got at least 10 people who started to really support each other and like not just support but like actually like nip junk in the bud, like a little hate in the junk and be like, hey nah man, like people will fall in suit. They're falling suit.
Yeah, we will.
And people will get on the bandwagon here. We'll have something special here. Like we have an audience that wants to see this audience, And right now we waiting on people to come.
Yeah, we need more of that.
Talent here.
Yeah, we got a lot of talent.
People won't listen to somebody who recorded the street over from because they recorded the street over. They rather go to the studio and record a song and listen to that.
Yeah.
You know how many people I came to my studio and was like leaving after somebody else just walked out and was like, man, I might listen to their song. They're like, okay, bro, I'm better. Like, that doesn't matter.
That's the thing
What
about
do you
people. Y'all, that's the only thing about it here is that everybody, they be doing their own thing, but people are so scared to support each other because everybody think that the next person's going to get rich or make it before them.
Right.
Yeah, but what people fail to, not understand is when we all support each other, it'll be a big change, a big difference. And people will start looking in our city more for opportunities. We'll start having more shows here, having more opportunities to come perform and open up for performers coming. Like, there'd be more opportunities.
Yeah, me and LaJuan was just talking about that. Heavy, he was so ready for all that. I'm gonna get back with him on it too, And with that being said, like, do you consider in Cleveland or anywhere, but start with Cleveland first, as any competitors, major competitor at your moment, or someone that you even probably want to compete with, maybe? Or do you have any competitors first?
Yeah, actually, I don't got no competitors yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But people that I actually artists that I did look up to in Cleveland and things, and that I finally did a first major feature in Cleveland. That was with No Love. So yeah, I did a song with him, and he was, cause the only reason why he was my first feature, I did a song with him. I know it's a lot of people in Cleveland that rap. I could have been doing a feature, but I felt like I could feel his pain more and how much he wanted more of his music, and I like to go and work with people like that, like people that wanted as bad as me. So something set something up we both could win. So yeah, it was kind of like that.
Okay. So with you've had learned and all that, compared to your teachers, how you learn study, old music, new music, what would you agree is very important that someone else needs to learn?
I agree. Something that's important is, I would say more like to just do what you want to do in life. Because a lot of people in Cleveland, I ain't trying to bash nobody or nothing, but rapping, we got a lot of talent here in Cleveland. But a lot of things too in Cleveland starting to sound the same. Yeah, I feel like everybody should just be themselves. Like, everybody can have the talent, but the sound is the same. So I feel like people should switch it up more and stuff, and to always remember you can dig motivation out of you to make it in life. No matter how hard things get and stuff, you should do what you want to do and do your own thing. You shouldn't it's good to have inspiration idols and people who motivate you, but you should have them look at them as a motivator for you to do your own thing, not a motivator for you to do the same thing they do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, have you performed?
Yes, I performed. My first performance was actually last year at All Nighters.
Okay.
I performed down there, and then my second performance was this year, like 2 months ago. I was down in Detroit versus Cleveland show.
So that was a competition.
Yeah, that was a competition.
That just answered my other question. I'm saying, have you been in any musical competitions, rap battles? Or...
No, that's one thing I want to get into, a rap battle.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but it's like, it's hard to find rap battles in Cleveland.
What?
Yeah, I can't find it. You know something?
Yeah. I know people who
I
travel
need-
out of Cleveland to go make houses. So come back with the bag. Big shots to TSC, Big Surge, my homie, because he out here on the rampage always. My dude, Lazarello, them is, you know, them the battle rappers. Like a couple of them more, you know. If you ever trying to do it, you know, I spin the tables for the battle, even if they wanted to do a versus style. I'm here for that, you know.
For real, y'all.
You know,
Yeah.
if you get it to that point, you know, I'm all the way about it. So do you, was your audience pretty big there that you performing from, or?
The one in Cleveland that I did at All-Nighters last year, it was a good audience, but it was like a nice handful because I was the first performer. So wasn't everybody, you know, there yet because a lot of people come late and stuff sometimes. So it was like a good handful. But then when I went to Detroit versus Cleveland, that was off the ball. We had vendors in the back. It was the show was almost out the door. There was a lot of people down there.
Everything else had fun.
Yes, it was a lot of people. And one thing about me, I like to get it out the way first. So I'm always the first person to sign up to perform first. Yeah, because I like to go up there first. So it was like a big like difference to go out to Detroit and actually know that I was performing first and all those people was already there. They came on time down there. Everybody was there.
Detroit people don't play about their money.
They
spend their money on that.
Yeah.
They ain't on time.
And it was a win for $1,000.
Oh yeah.
But the only thing about it is, I guess Cleveland really didn't know too much about it. Detroit stumped us because it was like 2 of us from Cleveland and it was like 60 of them. I had to leave early. The show started at 7 p.m. and didn't end until 5 a.m. next day. We just had a battle. Yeah.
Damn, next time we get something going like that, call me. I'll get the mob together.
Yeah, I for sure.
You know, I mean, shit, they spend $1 a piece, maybe 1,000 deep.
Yeah.
You know, pull up in paddy wagons.
Yeah.
So, let's say the crowd did look bored. Like, what would you do? You know, who would you do if you see the bored crowd? Like, how would you approach that?
If I ever seen a bored crowd without doing it, I actually turned up for myself on stage. People probably like, "Oh, she looking crazy." Like,
Yeah, that's kind of always an interesting thing to see people do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, having dinner and you just, hey! You know?
I actually feel like people match the energy that you give yourself. So
Yeah.
if you just standing on the stage, just standing there, you know, just performing, just standing there and performing, you're not gonna get that much energy back. But if people see you mess with your own stuff and you know, you turning up for your own stuff, and you support your own stuff, you'll get more support in that way, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely. And if there's one thing in the industry that you could change right now, what would you change? Is there anything?
I think one thing.
Yo, that was almost cool.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. Oh, I forgot I had a keyboard right here. Anyways, I'm trying to tell. God is trying to. What's that song? Babies, I'm trying to tell me something right now. Yeah, that's what happened just now. So, what does a typical day look like for you?
A typical day. Basically, right now, I still be working because I realize take money to make money.
Oh, yeah,
So I gotta start somewhere so I can pay to get in the studio all the time. So right now, I'm working a job right now. So that's 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Just working. And then when I'm not at work, I'm in the studio. When I'm not in the studio, I'm writing music and I'm trying to, book shows and everything, things like that. But right now, though, I've been looking for a manager too, somebody that can help me out because I've been doing a lot by myself, like booking my own shows, releasing my own music, and things like that. So I've been looking basically for a team that I can start working with, so I can get more organized.
Yeah, That's definitely what's up. I me on the team, you know.
Yeah,
I still
for
use
sure.
something to you. You
Yeah,
got a session. I'm good for you.
for sure.
Always, definitely, just for the support, you know. And I sound like dude. I was making power like. What's funny is like the more professional a person is, the more I'm willing to do studio time with like just on the street. You know what I mean?
Right.
We get into contingency basis at some point if you will. And so what about like a weekend? Like how do your weekends?
Weekends is basically all right. Like I'm really dedicated into it. So weekends, if I'm not out, having fun, but I'm usually not out having fun. I'm usually grinding or trying to chase my dreams because it's gonna always be time for fun in life.
Any like significant others that you got to balance work and music and life out with or anything like that?
Not really. I've been looking more for a team so I can
Just a
start
team
working.
so you can keep going.
Yeah.
19.
Y'all.
Now listen.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to start off somewhere. I already started off just trying to get more organized.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
I got a lot of music, but nothing been released yet. I only got I got 6 songs out, but I got like almost 20 in my phone. But that's one of the reasons why I'm doing the album, so people can kind of hear more from me and get more versatile.
So if it wasn't for your music career right now, what would you think would be the next big thing for you?
DJ.
DJ?
Yeah, because when it comes to music, I can go way.
DJ. You know, it's funny because I was a musician. Like at 19, I was a full-blown rapper. Then I learned how to play instruments and shit.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like, was like, wow, I can do more. Because, in the 90s, I'm from the 90s, everybody had a team. It was about a team. But in this time, you can actually be a team. You can be in everything. The problem is it's too much work. As long as you got supporters, though, it don't matter. As long as you got people that's like, share, like, listen, I love it. I'm sorry, I don't know what pronouns you use. But yeah, like, it's more important for you to know, what I'm saying, exactly how that flow, as soon as you can, because it's definitely a now and then process, a totally different thing. Like the music industry even came down off their pedestal. It was like, what's going on? Where everybody at?
Yeah.
There's nobody trying to get signed.
Yeah, a big change.
Matter. Like, yeah, because we get paid. You get DistroKid, you get Lander, you get whatever they got, ePro, all that stuff, and you can get your own money, so TuneCore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm telling.
Everybody want to be independent now. Independent artists.
Nobody trusts them, like,
Yeah.
And enough artists have been screwed for us to know. Some people don't care. They're like, I just really want to be, I just want to have Universal under my song radio name, They just want that background,
But sometimes, too, what I learned about signing, like, record deals and contracts, it's always good to pay attention, because sometimes it'll be sounding good, but then they actually control, too, when you release your music.
Oh, yeah, they can control it. You should have the way, the baby.
Yeah.
He turned he gave his whole persona to another man. It was like, it can't be you anymore. Oh, he's going to call his album yours, too. What? Like, come on, man. So, this might be a funny question. I'm going to ask you 2 more questions. I had 1 more, but I'm going to go 2 more.
All right.
What are your interests outside of music?
My interest outside of music, I would say music really my main thing. But I'll say my interest outside of music is like sports. I'm really into sports. Growing up and stuff, I was on the basketball team in school, things like that. But then, like, I kind of know my main focus right now is music. But I'm really into sports too. But if it wasn't for music, I'd be deep into sports. Because before I had the big music journey, at some point I also wanted to be a sports agent.
That's dope. My little brother is, it's funny because I'm the musician. My little brother is the athlete. The trainer. He played for the Steelers. He played for the Ravens. He's right. And, he probably heard him say, shouts out to my brother. Shouts out to Fish Tucson, 33, 28 at Michigan. I know that's an upstate thing, but, I got a record. So, just for my brother. But, so, here's my question of the day, which is real funny for me. It's gotta be funny. If it was a CD, album, I guess, now, because you write it from there as a CD, what CD would you be? What do you think is a perfect CD to say you'd be?
CD, like, I'll be so Broadway, that would be
Soulfly?
yeah.
Okay.
All the way.
So we can get some of that you from that. We can
All the
listen
way.
to that and get to know you.
Yeah, all the way.
That's a good way. Why you say that?
Because, like, he rap about his emotions. Sometimes, I go through emotional things too. But then he rap about the good things that come out of having, sometimes bad emotions. And that's one thing that I learned too. Like, no matter how bad I'm feeling, it's always something good. Sometimes rainy days is a promise to better days on the way.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why that album really relates to me and stuff. Because, like, no matter how nonchalant you try to be and stuff about things, you still got feelings at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some of the things he said really relates to me and my family about the things we used to go through and things like that. Because it's hard times coming up. But as long as you stay motivated and into it, you got all you got.
Definitely. That definitely hit. That just hit home with me right there.
Yeah.
Makes all the sense in the world.
You do.
See, I'll make sure I listen to that. We're going to give you something else to know her by Amber Curtis. I'm sorry, I don't know her name.
It's cool, her.
Her?
Yeah.
Sure, exactly. Look
Yeah,
at
I
that
know.
coughing.
Yeah.
That kid can't fuck with me. I'll be the first nigga to let them know what's up with me. Just wanna take you around the world, baby, let you read. And they can't take me from me. Yeah, that's fucking right. I had to jump back on my shit, I had to take the lead. And I can't take no more L's, so I'm playing for keeps. I was down on my own, my pain was running deep. And now I'm playing by myself, put your life in jeopardy. Your ass never turned up in my own spot. Had to leave my ex bitch, cause she couldn't keep it locked. I was hanging with them niggas who already spin the block. I knew it's my time, even though I ain't have a walk. Nigga playing with the kid, can't fuck with me. I'll be the first nigga to let them know what's up with me. Just wanna take you around the world, baby, let you read. And they can't take it from me. Yeah, that's right. I had to jump back on my shit, I had to take the lead. And I can't let no more L's, so I'm playing for keys. I was down on my own, my pain was running deep. And now I'm playing by myself, put your life in jeopardy. Her ass never turned up in my own spot. Had to leave my ex bitch, cause she couldn't keep it locked. I was hanging with them niggas who already spinning block. I knew it's my time, even though I ain't have a watch. It's hard to keep my head up when I was flashing a lot. I was getting fed up, almost quit, I wanted to stop. Starting to get my bread up, now I'm getting to the top. I never changed. All my niggas, I'm on money for school. We used to go and hit a lick. All the niggas doubted me, man, I swear I won't forget. First girl I love left, so I never trust a bitch. I probably fell but I still chase a brick. And the op steady watching, told them niggas hit the dick. I never say nothing, so I had to be the used to have hoes in my pocket, but I wasn't no pimp. But I got it on me now, baby, so I walk with a limp. Nigga playing with the kid, can't fuck with me. I'm just the first nigga to let them know what's up with me. Just wanna take you around the world, baby, let you read. And they can't take
That's
me from
right.
me. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Jump back on my shit, I had to take the lead. And I can't take no more L's, so I'm playing for keys.
You letting them loose.
And now I'm playing by myself, put your life in jeopardy. And what you know about waking up alone? And my heart had a time to be forever postponed. Business is business, so real niggas won't ever disclose. Pussy niggas always question shit they already know. My closest friend did me in, so my heart turned cold. I got some trust issues, bitch. Let me touch your soul and let a fuck nigga drop. I'ma clutch this pole, applying pressure like a nigga ain't never did before. And I ain't really new to this. Justice try to put me under, but I'm too legit. Never so, but I'm so G, I can move a brick. It's funny, they said I would never do this shit. Now they know that they can never put me under. The spots when my dad is still with my mother. Whoever thought the quiet storm would make the most thunder. Ex bitch did me dirty, now I would never touch her. Yeah, nigga playing with the kid, can't fuck with me. I'll be the first nigga to let them know what's up with me. Just wanna take you around the world, baby, let you read. And they can't take it from me. Yeah, that's fucking real. I had to jump back on my shit, I had to take the lead. And I can't take no more L's, so I'm playing for keeps. I was down on my own, my
right. That was Yaz. Still on there with it. Got something else coming. So what that song right there? I can hear it. You know, I can hear some of the pain and things you went through in there. So yeah, I feel that. We getting acquainted with what you were saying right there. You know. One of your new tracks? One of your new tracks right here?
Trying to run with your heart down, steady reminiscing, cause I hate being apart. All the love, yeah. See, we had all these moments, but then ever. Now I'm by myself, you can shock me, get up together, I'm gonna show love. Hey, I'm gonna show love, yeah. I wish that I can go back to the first day I met you. Maybe I'll do some different shit. I'ma talk to you and I'm hoping that you will listen. I was only into you, never in a bitch. All the calls and the posts, I just wanted your attention. See, I fucked up all my time and now I admit that I did it. But I'll die for you, girl, when you still don't get it. Let me hold you in my arms, cause it's been a love murder. I think about you, your feelings. Until I got our hair, started me and other women. Steal your heart. Yeah, girl, try to understand, try to run with your heart. Now I'm steady reminiscing, cause I hate being apart. All the love, all the love. Yeah, see, we had all these moments, but didn't last forever. Now I'm by myself, just trying to get together. I'm in show love, hey, I'm in show love, yeah. I wish that I can go back to the first day I met you. Maybe I'll do some different shit. I'ma talk to you and I'm hoping that you will listen. I was only into you, never another bitch. All the calls and the posts, I just wanted your attention. See, I fucked the one time and now I admit that I did it. But I'll die for you, girl, when you still get it. Let me hold you in my arms, cause it's been a little minute. Think about you every night, you hard not to mention. I used to act like I ain't give a fuck about your feelings. Until I got our hair started me and other women. Now I finally realized that baby, you something different. My heart connected to you, I hope that you can understand. It hurted me so much cause I had all of these plans. And ever since you left, shorty, I've been getting banned. Don't need no other bitch, I don't need no new friend. I won't take for granted if you give me another chance. This time gon' be the time I put some ice on. Don't mind no hoes, they on the outside just looking in. Let's sit together and travel, baby, where you at? Understand, try to run with your heart. Now I'm steady reminiscing, cause I hate being apart. All the love, all the love. Yeah, see, we had all these moments, but didn't last forever. Now I'm by myself, just trying to get together. I'm in show love, hey, I'm in show love, yeah. I never thought that this would ever come to this. I say your name when they ask me for someone I miss. Hope you remember me, you probably forgot I even exist. I was just thinking about you, looking at our old videos and pics. Breakups and makeups, can you stay in the rain? I'm pleading in the song, I hope you feel my pain. Can't get over you, girl, you stay up on my brain. And I still love you, shit, girl. Try to understand, try to run with your heart. Now I'm steady reminiscing, cause I hate being apart. All the love, all the love, yeah. See, we had all these moments, but didn't last forever. Now I'm by myself, just trying to get together. I'm in show love, hey, I'm in show love, yeah. Trying to get it out the mud. Looking at the killers, trying to figure who I was. Solar rich reporter, I just wanna feel the love. I feel like a crick, cause I can't.
That's right. In the building with my special guest. Locking it up. That was How to Love. That's what we were talking about. You know what I'm saying? Try some of that sauce. Leave it for a little bit more longer. Happy Friday, y'all.
Try to steal your heart. Try to understand, try to run with your heart. Now I'm steady reminiscing cause I hate being apart. Had all these moments but then laugh. Now I'm by myself, just trying to get together. Show love. Show love. Maybe I'll do some different shit. I'ma talk to you when I'm hoping that you will listen. I was only into you, never another bitch. All the calls and the posts, I just wanted your attention. See, I fucked the one time and now I'm admit that I did it. But I'll die for you, girl, when you still just don't get it. Let me hold you in my arms, cause it's been a little minute. I think about you every night. Used to act like I give a fuck about your feelings.
I'm having fun, so you know. I'm lit.
Now I finally realized that baby, you something different. I'm about to let it to you, I hope that you can understand. It hurted me so much cause I had all of these plans. And ever since you left, shawty, I've been getting banned. Don't need no other bitch, I don't need no new friends. I won't take for granted if you give me a nah. This time gon' be the time I put some ice on your on. Don't mind the rose on the outside, just look. Let's sit together and travel, baby. Where you wanna try to understand, try to run with your heart. Started reminiscing cause I hate being apart. Had all these moments but didn't last. But like now I'm by myself, just trying to get together. I thought that this would ever come to this. I say your name when they ask me for someone I miss. Hope you remember me, you're grateful that I even exist. I was just thinking about you, looking at our old videos and pics. Forget it, make it in the rain. I'm bleeding in the song, I hope you feel my pain. Can't get over you, girl, you stay up on my brain. And I still love you, shit, girl. Try to understand, try to run with your heart. Now I'm steady reminiscing, cause I hate being apart. Yeah, see, we had all these moments, but they last forever. Yeah, see, we had all these moments, but they last forever. Yeah, see, we had all these moments, but they last forever.
That's right. You know, I'm here, your boy, iZM. That's what I get awards for. So thank you again for having us today, having you on our show. It was definitely a pleasure. And, you're welcome back.
Sure.
Come to my studio, check me out. Come record some, burn it up so we can release it.
Big things for the rest of the year. So hot.
Definitely. And until then, we're going to get it cracking like we always do on this one. No Static Radio. We are powered by Google. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? iZM gang. It's my birthday. So have a shot. Don't get shot. Don't be disrespectful. And before you get offended, always think about what you get offended for.
Friends, they don't wanna see someone like me doing better than them. Still can't believe it, I really got rich. Tell a bitch or a hater to suck on my dick. Never get focused on here I receive. I could achieve more than they could dream. I know they ain't tough enough to be me. Making money like magic, got tricks on my sleeve. Too many vibes if I send to the beach. After I'm all but I don't wanna keep. Pop me an X cause I gotta get geek. Talking about sleep and get 2 days a week. They say they dripping, I'm kissing my teeth. They burning it out, ain't no cool enough for me. When I was broke, I was feeling uneasy. Now I'm getting I'm feeling the lead. I
love being in the Yeah, we definitely have listeners. I use stop the broadcast. Usually I stop my broadcast and then name it, my name and my shit is, and then I'll restart it, and I'll kick everybody off the app. Everybody who's listening to that shit before it's talking, I ain't heard our shit. Right into it with us. Wow, but it wasn't recorded. So